on a strange journey.
Because by law, the asylum has to let them out for fresh air. The ringleader and janitor that's part black. Just not that part. MJ don't use big words Melendez.
What are you looking at, butthead?
She loves you. She does that because she just likes to piss you off.
The hottest of the BT crew yet. Dana.
Sometimes my brain gets real starved.
If I knew how to use your equipment.
He'll make you want to kick the neighbor's dog. Chad.
Directly in the buttocks.
I would say no, because girls can actually get each other off. So
Don't look at him directly in the eyes. Shane the Pain from Maine.
Wait, your biggest stickers? Here's a miss.
I just laughed so hard I farted. It's like a male Kegel. It's an eagle.
Yes, ladies, that accent is real. And BT's secret weapon of mass distraction. Jeremy.
Nice beaver.
Yeah, you're into the penal system.
Hide your purses, your farm animals, and food. Crack open a cool beverage and pretend to be interested. You're listening to Beertainment.
Yeah, it's Beertainment. We are back again, and just to do whatever we can to your ears, make sure that we tickle them, do whatever it is possible. And we hope that you enjoy. We have on deck, we have a great epic interview. I'm going to say this is probably the most epic interviews I've ever done with comic god, comic legend. I mean, the guy, I was looking at some photos here on so we could show on the video stream what, who Marc Silvestri looks like. Or not who, he looks like Marc Silvestri, but who Marc Silvestri is. And damn, dude, when you look at photos of this guy, he is huge. Well, he gives off the impression that he's a really big guy. But we're going to get into that a little bit later on in the show. Hope everybody liked the new intro. You guys like the new intro?
I like it a lot.
It was very swell.
You like that? That's David. I'm telling you, he does all our voiceover stuff, man. He does phenomenal job.
He's very good at what he does, and I like it a lot.
I like his voice stuff. His voice stuff is awesome. So how's everybody doing tonight? What's going on? What's up with that? What up? I didn't get to do my pre-show singing, so hold on.
Thank God. Oh shit.
I'm totally feeling that right now.
That last part. All right. How you guys doing?
How are you doing?
Man, well, to follow up to last week's show, I'm no longer on pain pills. Check that out.
Are you sure?
No,
you're on something.
Yeah, Dana's walking out with a little bowl of oatmeal. She's like, "No, go ahead, eat it." I'm like, "What's that crunchy taste?" No, I'm not on any pain pills, so my leg is okay for now. So I'm good. And for those that don't know what the hell I'm talking about, you need to go listen to last week's show. It'll be a little more attentive. Just saying. So take that. Chad, you kind of quiet tonight. Everything cool?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, cool.
He's scared after that little singing debut.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
We go for shock and awe here.
You got the shock, you're still waiting for the awe.
It's more like,
Put you on the front lines with the terrorists. They'll definitely come out of their little holes. Like,
what the fuck? Right? No, I get you. That's cool.
No, you don't. You don't get me.
I get it. I'm with you, dude. I see you. I'm eye to eye with you. I understand what it is that you're saying. I understand. I get what you. Yeah.
Shh.
Just go with it. Just go with it. Whatever. Shut up. Shut it. We have a crap load of stories here, man. I don't even know where to begin. I mean, do we start with Peter Berg telling that Iranian guy, or who was he? Iranian or Syrian?
Israeli.
Oh, my bad. He was one. He's from over there.
Yikes.
Just offended how many people? My bad. Whatever. We got House finale. George Zimmerman documents. Donna Summer died.
The Unabomber.
DC is announced as of now. We know who it is, and if you guys don't know, but there's now an openly gay DC comic character. Courtney Stodden is Courtney Stodden. She is. Can we start with that? Did you guys see that link? I know that you're gonna say no. But I'm gonna put it here in the chat room. Courtney Stodden prowls around like a cat and drinks from a bowl in this weird. Anything she's in, I'm just put it out there. It's fucked up. It's weird. You guys agree? No agree? What? No.
Yeah, I think those two are beyond the pale. They're not only annoying, they're idiots. They're complete drains on society. I hate them just for being alive.
So
wow. There. You're alive. You're breathing. I hate you.
Yeah,
bastard. Let's see. House. Did I say house? Did I cover that house finale? I mean, shit. Oh wait.
That was a perfect ending.
That was a great ending.
It was a perfect ending. I enjoyed that.
That was definitely good. Sharon Stone gets sued by former nanny. I think she should have. Whatever. How about this? A lady who was injured. She was an extra in Transformers 3. She got hit by a cable. At the end of it looked like this big meat hook. Brain dead. Or sorry, brain damage. Paramount didn't want to pay any of the medical bills. They finally win in court. She gets $18 million.
When I first read it, I thought she was brain dead just for going to see the movie.
No, she was in it. She was in it.
My bad.
I don't think Paramount.
So she was one of the actual casualties when they were taking over Chicago.
She transformed into a turnip.
Oh, no.
Vegetables.
Usually I would expect such insensitivity from myself.
Oh man. Look, okay, since we're going that route of kind of vegetable, and I don't want to say because this isn't anything to make fun of or light of.
Why? She's not going to understand it.
So I'm pulling home. Yes, I'm pulling into the neighborhood, right? And I'm coming around the curve, and the neighborhood is, if you look at it on Google Maps, it's a big circle. It's not a complicated neighborhood at all. And we live at the road is at 12 o'clock to get into the neighborhood, and then we live at the very back. We're at 6 o'clock on that bad boy, and I'm coming around the curve, and so I'm driving. And out of the corner of my eye, with my neighbor, I see her son, who can't be any. I mean, he's got to be maybe like 5 or 8 or something like that, somewhere in there. And I see him wave, whatever. But then when you have to take a double take on something, I had to take a double take because what I didn't realize was that he had his pants down.
Huh?
Yeah, he had his pants down. There's a kid in the front of this house, pants down. Just draining the vein, man. He was just doing what he had to do. Just put it out there. Just there you go. And the thing that I forgot was he's autistic. So it wasn't like oh man, I saw that forever. It was more like and he was spraying. He was trying to make patterns with.
He sounds like you're singing, MJ.
So now I know where you get most of your inspiration from.
Dude, I'm going to hell. I'm telling you, I'm going to hell.
That kid found your medications in the trash.
Dude, we're so going to hell. So I mean, I understand that, and so his mom was doing something in the garage cleaning. She saw me pull up, and she just, holy shit, my kid is naked. He's playing with his junk. She runs out, scoops him up, and whatever. And that's not the funniest part of the story because I'm looking to the left and I'm right across the street. So when I make that right to go into my driveway, all of my kids lined up, almost like in a Sound of Music style, like oldest to youngest. They're all there and their eyes are huge and their jaws are just on the ground. It's just that. I mean, it's like I had to honk the horn to get him to move out of the way.
Because that's awesome.
Terrible.
They were mesmerized.
They were mesmerized. So speaking of wet, what are you guys drinking? Chad.
Just a plain old Budweiser.
Wah, wah, wah.
Exactly.
We need that on the board. We need
Exactly.
we need to get that on the board. What about you, Shane?
Killian's Irish Red.
Killian's Irish Red.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't you obligated to say that in an Irish accent?
No, I am not, but I guess I could be persuaded to.
Right.
I'm drinking George Killian's Irish Red there, lad. I don't know if that was Irish or not. I'm not really feeling it today.
Try it again.
It sounds a little Welsh.
Yeah, it might have been. There was a lot of crossbreeding in my country.
Oh, then you should say, meh, 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 Killian's.
Wow.
I don't believe that was called for.
What about you, Mr. Jeremy?
I am drinking the Bach. The Amber Bach.
Of
the Amber.
Okay.
Bach.
Okay, I'm with you.
It's Michelob Amber Bach.
Whoa. What?
It's Michelob Amber Bach.
Say it again.
It's Bachtastic.
Bachtastic.
Delicious.
He likes that big Bach.
I'll be Bach. I don't know what
I feel like that maybe I've outdone the whole entire client here. Turn this light back on. I want to screw your light going back on so the people on the camera can see exactly what this is. This is the third beer that I've picked up. I'm not sure if this is on camera or not. Hopefully, yeah, there you go. I'm gonna attempt to say it.
Is that the one that had the cork in the top that you said you had to pre-cork your beer?
What? I have to uncork my beer, not pre-cork it.
Whatever.
How do you pre-cork
Don't
something?
judge me.
Recork. He said recork.
Oh,
I said pre-cork.
He said pre, but no, there was. You're right. Yeah, we had a conversation a couple weeks ago where I had a beer that was also a cork one, and he called me, and I was like, motherfucker. He's like, "What are you doing?" Nothing. So what's up, Jeremy? He's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm trying to get this cork back in." And about that time, Dana walked by. She's like, "You're an idiot. You can't recork something." Well, not these.
Sure you can. Just look at the news and all the gays and.
Wow. They recork.
Well, all the people that you didn't offend with your race guessing.
Hey,
Jeremy took care of it. No. He couldn't tell if the guy was it Arabic or Pakistani or whatever. Now you are hitting on the gays and
the guy's probably from
transgender.
Philly or
I'm
something.
sorry, MJ. I can't understand Shane tonight. All I hear is man.
So I'm gonna tell you, this beer is La Fin du Monde.
What?
Exactly.
Say that again, but slower and sultry.
Filthy undies.
La Fin du Monde.
Du Hast.
The end of the world.
Can you hold it up to the camera again so I can see it again?
There you go. See, it's in the dark. Take that.
It's dark. It's a dark beer. I get it.
Take that. It's a dark beer. So let's not cork this. It'll be hot. All right. Hold on. I got to face away from all this expensive equipment.
So you haven't uncorked it yet?
No, I'm getting ready to. It smells like, what did you say, Shane? Dirty underwear. That's
Smells like somebody's already burped in the bottle for me.
Gross. That's awesome.
Well, let's hope you can drink it and not chew it.
It's not bad. It's it's an ale. Okay, cool.
I like it a good ale.
It's not bad looking. Let's see how it tastes. The last one I had, it was like $12 bucks, $15. And I brought it home, and Dana's like, "What the hell is that? How much was it?" I was like, "Oh, it was like $6." And she looked at the receipt. She got a little upset at me.
For one beer, one bottle?
It's one bottle. It's what are these called? I don't even know what these bottles are called.
Beer bottles.
Thank you, sir.
No problem.
It's a pint. So it's a pint.
think somebody slapped the beer label on a champagne bottle.
Oh. Ugh. That's good.
That's good.
That's
Yeah. Put some hair on your chest.
so for backup. Because I'm no fool. My mama didn't raise no fool, and she's down here. She can tell you she ain't raised no fool. Blue Moon Summer Honey Wheat.
To get that flavor out of your mouth.
Yeah, that tastes like a bad date. This is no go. Holy crap.
Go give it to your dad.
How did you acquire such beer? Did you get it from like a convenience store? Or?
I did. There's a place up here called Lowe's Foods.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
Here
you
we go
mean like
again.
the same place as the hardware store?
Here we go.
They branched out.
Yeah.
That should have been your first guess. You don't buy food from somebody that sells sheetrock and mud.
Why not?
I'm just saying, it's probably not a bad, not a good practice.
Dude, I'm still burping. What the hell?
Hey,
That's
whoa.
somebody else's burps, buddy.
Holy crap. We're still burping on this.
They got
And you
mulch
said-
flavored beer.
Is it a local brew? Okay.
Mulch flavored.
Oh.
Good times.
Lots of fiber.
All right. So Dana, she's
It's like
rounding
a
up our.
garden in my mouth.
You're bringing them up now? All right. All right. Dana is ushering our guinea pigs for this evening.
Like real guinea pigs?
Smash.
Good. It won't be a sheep sound.
Gerbil, gerbil.
Well, while she's doing that, did you guys hear that the Unabomber's back in the news?
Yeah, I
No.
seen that.
What?
Yeah.
He was a graduate of 60 Harvard 62 class of 62, and I guess they do this thing at the reunion where you kind of do your class notes, like what you've been up to and what your achievements and accomplishments have been and all that stuff. And he sent his in and they put it in there, and I guess they put it out for the public to see. It said, what has he been doing? And he's like, oh, I'm here in the state pen, blah, 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 blah. Like, have you had any publication? He's like, yeah, like a manifesto, slave to technology. And what awards have you gotten? And he's like, 8 life sentences courtesy of the federal judicial system, blah, 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 blah. It's real funny about it, joke about it. I guess there's some people that are upset that they even let it be put in there. But he answered it like he was answering like anybody else would, what they've been up to over the last 50 years. Only his was all like, where are you currently living? Prison. Anyway, that's all I had.
No, you're doing great, man. Good.
No, I said my piece. I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Peace out.
Let's listen, and this is going to be a really poor choice of words. I already know there's going to be jokes about this, but let's go ahead and dive into the major DC Comics character to come out of the closet.
Oh yeah, let's dive into gay tunes.
Okay, so it's he's supposed to be a major character. I looked at it, or the news came out later on this week. I posted this originally back on the 22nd, and it came out, I think it was like yesterday. So they didn't really carry that news as far as I thought they would. But who do you guys think was going to be who's going to be the new, who do you think they ousted as the DC gay character?
Gotta be
Batman.
Robin. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna go with Batman.
What? You actually call
Yeah.
Batman as being gay?
Yeah, which brings me to my comment that I wanted to relay earlier. The new movie doesn't excite me.
What?
The new movie, The Dark Knight Rises. Not excited.
Dude, I know you're just saying that to get around.
No, I'm really not excited. I've watched the preview and I'm like bored.
I just don't buy that. Dude, hold on. I'm being creeped out here.
Wait. Bored.
I'm being a little creeped out. Let me switch the thing. I'm being slightly creeped out here, just a little bit. And you guys will find out why.
told you.
Well, no, see, look, actually, he's not on the shot right now, but Dad is right, literally over my shoulder. You okay, Dad? You're gonna push buttons, aren't you? Don't push buttons. I could see it in your eyes that you want to push buttons.
It seems he's pushing your buttons.
He is, and it's just so wrong.
He's pushing your buttons because he wants to push your buttons.
Well,
Give
if
him
I
that
was
nasty
there
beer.
and there was all those flashes going
no,
on.
he's not a beer drinker.
Not a beer drinker. What's he drink?
Wine coolers.
Oh, Bartles and James. What happened to them?
Zima. Mom, I gotta move that microphone so it's facing you and relative to the microphone. So, Mom, no, don't. Oh my God, what are you doing? Yeah, but you twisted it. Keep it level. Mom's like, look, it's bring it here. All right, so.
Yeah, why do you have light in here?
Oh, that's because it goes over this.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you were trying to create atmosphere, and it's not.
Yeah, it's not working for Dana and I. So what we do is we come here, we turn on the light, and then if we want to get like crazy, like if we want to support breast cancer, we flip this one on.
Oh, the pink.
And
light.
then it all turns pink, and then everybody's happy. And then we turn this one off. And if we just want to switch it and make it orange, there you go.
And I support breast cancer.
What does that support? Safe hunting or
The blue?
No, the
no?
orange.
The orange.
The orange is I think it's something.
Orange, you're gonna switch it back to blue?
I don't like breast cancer.
Nice.
I don't like breast cancer, so I just support breasts.
The boobs are good. Boobs are good. So we're gonna switch real quick to something that I prepped specifically for you, Mom, because I know that you and Dad are gonna recognize. They're gonna recognize this, and you're gonna know why I'm playing this too. I don't know if the other guys will, but I know you will.
Oh yeah. Oh no, not that.
So was it this week or last week that we've lost a very great singer, musician?
Yeah.
Was it last week? Was it? I don't even know the guy. I didn't even know they were brothers.
Are you kidding me?
I know. Isn't that terrible?
Well, they are before your time. You're just still a baby.
I think they're before a lot of people. They weren't on the 8. They were on the 4 track. They went on the 8 track.
Yeah, they've been putting out crappy music for years.
I'm saying they just.
The Gibbs. Yes, Robin Gibb. Yeah, they were on 8-track.
So they were on 8 track. So did you own an 8 track?
Yes, Dad did.
No. You. Okay.
Yes, you do. You used to play it in the car.
Well, see, Dad's saying like Dad's trying to pretend that he doesn't know what's going on. So let me switch it to something I know he knows.
Oh yeah. Do you remember Nelson wearing your platform shoes?
So what was his name? Robin what?
Gibb.
Robin Gibb.
Now there's just one BG left, right?
How many?
Yes, there's one left.
From BG.
What just happened to my sound here? Wow. So there was 3. When did the other one die?
No, there was 4.
There was 4.
Yeah, I think there were 4.
How many Bee Gees are there? How many Bee Gees were there?
4.
Well, it
4.
started out as 1, but somebody fed them after midnight.
And they multiplied. No, I get you. That's no good. All right. So now this is the next question that I have, Mom, Dad. Well, more Mom, because I know Dad no go. So, did the Bee Gees in any pinup form whatsoever, did they end up on your wall?
No.
No. So they didn't do it for you. You weren't like, man, that's awesome. Or, no go. They weren't hot.
No.
So no go. Absolutely
No
not at
go.
all. You were not
No.
into the Bee Gees whatsoever.
No, I wasn't.
That's not good.
No.
How you could not be in the Bee Gees? And then second thing is, how can anybody sing that high? I mean,
Yeah, that's. I don't know, but Dad and I, we were into Motown. That was our thing.
Motown, huh? So Motown. So you're talking like the Temptations, and
Yeah,
let's see if
Motown.
we got some of that here. Temptation. Shane, how do you spell Temptations?
Are you kidding me?
T-A.
You sounded out. Work through it.
T.
Practice it.
Make me proud.
Temptations. There we go. The Temptations.
There was only 3 Bee Gees.
Only 3. There wasn't 4.
Well, I didn't actually do any research.
Oh.
I typed in images of Bee Gees, and I never saw a picture with 4 of them. So maybe they only had a camera so wide.
Robin and
Barry, Robin,
Andy,
and Maurice.
Andy.
I don't see an Andy. I see Barry, Robin, and Maurice.
But Andy.
How come you
was-
said Maurice and you said Maurice?
Because I was being an ass.
Okay, just joking.
But Andy, he had a love affair with, I think it was Victoria.
This has turned to a soap opera now. This is getting
Principal.
crazy.
I don't even see a mention of an Andy.
Really? That's a shame. 'Cause he did pass.
What? No, I remember because when I was looking at the covers and Spotify here, there was one album that had 4 of them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, so they didn't even give the fourth brother, they didn't even give him any cred on it?
It's like Shemp.
Yeah, you're right. That's jacked up. So you guys weren't jamming to this. You were jamming to this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you know what? There's another. Shane loves this kind of music here. What?
He
were a
likes
teenager?
Frank Sinatra.
No.
Dad likes Frank Sinatra. Right. Yeah. So he's representing Frank Sinatra. You can't beat Frank Sinatra.
I like all that old stuff. Julie London, Louis Prima, Bing.
Yeah, good time.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We had this on record. Remember, we were sitting down and you had this on the small record, not the big record.
The 45.
Sure, the small one.
Yes.
The small record, and that was the Temptation. I remember playing that, and then being reminded that I saw the movie My Girl and Macaulay Culkin died. Was that a spoiler?
Who
No,
died?
he's still alive.
Okay,
He's still alive.
Okay, just checking.
Did you guys read this in the chat room about Andy Gibb? Dave says he was the baby brother and a solo act.
Oh, so there was a Gibb, a 4th Gibb. Yeah.
There was.
Thank you, Dave, for doing the research we can't be bothered to do.
Word.
So let's change the subject to something that we don't suck at.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So I tell you what, we're gonna go to a quick break. We'll break it here, and then we're gonna come back in. We're gonna get Marc Silvestri rocking and rolling with his interview. If you guys don't know who he is, it's Marc Silvestri. He is the creator of great movies such as A-Team, Wanted, Darkness. Well, Darkness isn't a movie yet, or is it? You're gonna find it next one here on Beer Table. All right, so we have Marc Silvestri of Image Comics, DC lore, honestly DC lore, but certainly comic legend and comic god. Thanks for being on the show, Marc.
Oh, not at all. My pleasure. So what is this here? What are we talking about?
I just figured we would just talk in general about what your ideas are of Avengers. And that's kind of new epic.
Well, I don't know. What is it, like, reached 50 million yet?
Oh, right.
Yeah, really. I have to watch my language, don't I? Are we live?
No, sir. No. Oh, okay. No, you could say, yeah, you could do all the ass clownery that you want to.
you saw that, huh? Yeah, it's going to have to be ass clownery. So, yeah, it's something like the Avengers when that happens. Like, obviously, everyone who was paying attention saw it coming years ago, and I was really happy when they pulled the trigger on that. And I'm actually really proud of Marvel the way they kind of rolled out superheroes and getting them into the mainstream consciousness before doing the Avengers. I think, no offense to fans of the Watchmen movie or DC or what have you, but I think that was kind of the wrong way to go about introducing the world to superheroes. I watched that movie and I'm going, you know what? This movie should have been made, 2 more years from now. After people have seen the Avengers and they're used to the fact that there's more out there than Batman and Gotham City and Superman and Spider-Man crawling around the walls. You got to soften the audience up a little bit and get them used to the fact that, oh yeah, there are other superheroes out there. And I think Marvel did a really good job leading up to the Avengers. Because now, obviously worldwide, the Avengers is going to hit $2 billion at some point. People now accept the fact that you've got a hero named Hawkeye. You've got it's not necessarily somebody with a cape. So now you can experiment a little bit more. I mean, it helps all of us who make comics and take comics and put those in other medium when something like that happens. Because now suddenly, maybe if some studios weren't necessarily answering their phone about comic book stuff because that's sad, it's fading. It's like, yeah, okay, sure, it's fading, whatever. There you go. The Avengers hits, and you got Batman coming out this year, and you've got Spider-Man. So, and we've got some plans of our own. But yeah, it's great, and more power to them. Do some more.
So, since you brought up Spider-Man and Batman, we've been taking a little poll here with our listeners, and what do you think between Dark Knight and Avengers? Who do you think is going to take this year?
Oh, it's Avengers. I don't think Dark Knight's going to do really, really well, but I think the Avengers struck a different chord. I think Avengers is a movie that parents will take their 5-year-olds to and 6-year-olds to. I don't think you're going to have as many parents bringing their little kids to see Batman, even though it's not an R-rated movie. And Batman, I think it was the first, it was the second one with Heath Ledger, Joker, came out the same year as Wanted did. And Wanted was rated R, and Batman was rated PG-13. I'll be honest with you, I watched both those movies together, and I think Batman was a lot darker. Except for some of the language and blood, thematically, Batman's a pretty damn scary movie. So I think that is going to limit its audience a little bit. Not a lot, obviously. Look, it's going to be $1 billion, but it's not going to eclipse what happened with the Avengers. It's a cultural phenomenon, and I don't even want to speculate what Avengers 2 is going to be. But again, it's like I'm thrilled at any comic book movie success. I'm more thrilled, for us, Top Cow, or any of my image partners. But I'm thrilled at any kind of comic book success. Even the crappy movies, which there are, and the general feeling is like, you shouldn't encourage crappiness out there. But I gotta to all your listeners out there, I gotta tell you, you know what? You're going to get a lot of crap out there, but you're also going to get stuff like the Avengers. If you don't support the crap and you get online and start talking crap about the crap, Hollywood hears that stuff, and you won't get an Avengers. But fortunately, Avengers, kicks some ass, so we're all good there.
So, since we're talking about movies, I'm curious. You're obviously a very creative individual. Top Cow, DC. I personally have collected some of your books over the years. When are we gonna? You've made the jump from creator to producer. When are we going to see you jump into the director's chair? I mean, it seems like the natural progression.
You know what? I'm a slacker at heart. It's like I'm an artist. So it's like, I have no idea how half this stuff we've done got done. It's just, magic. Somebody rubbed the lamp, and look, we got something going on. I have the artist mentality. I just happen to make a couple of lucky choices, and the timing was really cool with the image dudes, and it allowed me to just be creative and kind of have this business in my back pocket that allows me to be even more creative, and people around me to be creative, and to allow me to work with some of the most amazing people around. But I watch all the extras on the DVDs. I see behind the scenes stuff, and I watch these guys direct these movies, and I'm going, "Are you kidding me? Who's got that kind of dedication?" It's like my hats are off to these guys. So I don't know. Look, obviously, because of my history and things I've done, I can never ever say never, because you just don't know. If you say never to something, well, you're not going to do it, right? Because if you plant a seed in their head, it's just not going to happen. So, although I am never going to be an astronaut, I can be pretty confident about that. But who knows? That's a huge career change. Even though there is a natural progression there, with, like you say, and it does make sense. To make a movie, everything else from what I've seen and understand from talking to directors, I mean, that's your life for a year, at least. And you've got nothing else you can do. So, I'm a terrible multitasker, and there's all these creative things that I just want to put my fingers in. So, I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, never say never.
So is there any chance we've seen Jackie make it to consoles? Are we going to see Jackie make it into a movie?
Oh, you didn't get the memo about not asking that question, did you?
No, my bad.
No.
You heard it here first on Beertainment.
We've already announced a movie in development for Darkness with our pals over at Mandeville Films. So that's no secret. Anything beyond that, dude, I'd actually just shut you down because I can't tell people about that. But we've got, I believe, a pretty cool announcement that we'll be making in San Diego concerning the Darkness film. So all you fans of Darkness out there, and I hope, I'm sure there's some of you guys out there that are listening that will disagree with this, but I hope we've kind of proven a decent measure of quality with stuff we've put out in other media and such. So, rest assured that there is not going to be any Darkness movie, there's not going to be any Witchblade movie, there's not going to be any Fire Force movie if it's going to suck. There's no point to that. We're a boutique operation. Every character we have is, iconic to us, and we're just in no hurry to kill those franchises. Personally, I thought the Darkness video games were awesome. The guys did a great job on that. One of the things we have in our contracts with Hollywood, for instance, is we get sign-off rights. If we don't like the script, if we don't like director, whatever, we just say, well, we don't want to make this movie. Thank you very much for your time. We've been approached and we've been trying to make a Darkness movie since it almost can't. Well, I don't know, when did it come out? 96, 97? So, but nothing. Nothing that we liked enough for us to put a movie out there. Same thing with Witchblade. We've had literally, I think, 15 scripts of Witchblade written over the years. Nope. Sorry. Keep going. So you'll see this stuff. But we're not in any hurry to make a crappy anything. So it may take a little bit of time. But we, the short version of that very long answer is San Diego. Keep your eyes and ears open.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. So you brought Witchblade up, and I couldn't help. My wife and I started watching the Witchblade anime series.
Mm-hmm.
How much interaction did you have with that series?
Well, it's funny because people don't really seem to realize this, and sometimes I get like, no, they didn't. It's like, no, we were actually the first American company to fully translate an American character into the anime version of it, which I thought was actually pretty cool, especially for a company our size. Like, wow, that was a pretty impressive feat. So we were, number one, just happy to even be in that ballpark. And number two, we hooked up with Gonzo, and they had a reputation of putting out some good stuff. And, again, we had sign-off rights on pretty much everything. But for something like anime, we also have to take a little bit of a leap of faith because that audience is different. And you saw it, and I saw it, and I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was a great story. But some of the stuff is a little over the top, content-wise. As much as we are accused of sexualizing the female form in comics, the anime world it goes much further than that. And I get it; it's entertaining and what have you. But the Witchblade anime is far more heated, should we say, than the comic. So there was,
my wife pointed out how she was able to see, and like I said, this is you don't hold back. Don't worry about being censored. But my wife said, "Wait a minute, I could see her lips," and she wasn't talking about her face. I was like, "What? Hold on, rewind it." Let me. Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah,
I'm totally gonna ask Mark about it.
we called it the witch clit. She's got that little blade down there. I go, oh crap! Somebody over there at Gonzo has some hardcore issues. Somebody had a really bad experience. If you look at the toys, which are amazing toys, right? The figures, rather, it's right there. You go, holy shit! There it is. Okay, I get it.
That's great.
Oh yeah, it's like we read the scripts and stuff like that. It's like, oh, this is a really cool story, and then you kind of go, it's like, well. Do what you guys do. So we got all these emails, because we were a little concerned with some of the emails that we were getting and some of the things they wanted to do in the plot. And we had a little list of rules that Matt Hawkins had typed up. Since then, it's like, well, we can do this, this, and this, but we can't do this, this, and this. And you can almost hear the disappointment from overseas when they couldn't do certain things. Then with this one email we got, I'm going to paraphrase it, but it was a classic lost in translation type email where they sent it to us, and we were pretty far in development. They were already on the animation, and one of the things, or rather the pre-production, and one of the things that they wanted to have was, and it's again, it's like even the email was kind of fractured English, so it's like you really couldn't quite get all the syntax or whatever was going on. But essentially, it's like. They were wondering if we wouldn't mind, and again, they had to preface everything with, because the Asian anime market is different. Like, okay, yeah, we get that part already. It's like, well, if you wouldn't mind, we were thinking that the Witchblade would come out of her uterus.
Okay.
What? All right. Wasn't that on the list of what not to do?
Wow.
Like, no, you can't. It comes from a wrist, okay? You can't. It's not. She's not wearing a bracelet around her uterus here, okay?
Can you imagine how many kids you would have scarred? Kids that would have been. Because that with Netflix and whatever, kids that may be underage on that may not have had the opportunity to enjoy, get laid. They see that. Oh my God. Can you imagine the mixed signal you would have sent?
Mommy, is that where babies come from?
That would have been just bad, terrible.
I know. It's like part of me was going, oh yeah, go ahead, do it. Let's just see what you can get away with. The other part was going, you know what? No, guys, let's pull back a little bit. But ultimately, I actually really like the anime. A lot. I thought they did a great job with it, and hopefully we can get another one going. They've been talking about it for a long time. Because it did really well over there. I think out of the 90-something animes that were on that year, we came in at number 17.
Oh, wow.
In the ratings, which is, that's pretty damn good.
Wow.
So I'd love to see more of that stuff.
Well, we would love to see it too. I can tell you that right now. When she transformed the first time and she showed me that, I was like, "That's why Marc Silvestri's a badass. That's why he kicks ass. That's what."
Yes, they drank the Kool-Aid,
so you wouldn't have to.
You're listening to Beertainment.
Man, I'm just like I'm hitting all the damn wrong buttons. It seems like that's all honey, that's all I'm good for. And you figure one of those buttons would, do something good. He thought I tried. So those are listening live, I apologize. And I can't even edit that. But Julia Benson, dude, she's like an awesome person. She is. Julia Benson is. And we don't mind the fact that we got a plug from her. However, I'm just gonna be honest, man. Marc Silvestri has by far been one of the best interviews we've.
Is he on your list now?
He's always been there.
He has. He's always been there. I've been like, oh yeah. No, that's creepy.
I'm not gay, but I'd be confused for 20 minutes.
He's a like I said, when you look at the photos of him.
No, God.
Oh, Jesus. Really? And
It only take you 5. No.
Wow. Why are you just attacking me like this now? What the hell? You go back downstairs. Go back downstairs. Anyway, so what I was saying is that when you look at the photos of him, you think like Jim Lee. He's a little guy. You see pictures of Todd McFarlane, who's another comic great. Canadian, so he's not built very big. Rob Liefeld, don't have any problems with him. He's average size guy. But then you look at Marc Silvestri or even Greg Capullo. Greg Capullo used to draw Spawn. He's drawn the new Batman. Those are Diesel dudes. Well, I know Greg Capullo is Diesel, and Marc Silvestri, he seems to be like a real tall guy. So we were invited to come out to San Diego, and I'm looking at. I think we may have to take a trip out there. Don't roll your eyes. We got budget money still.
Oh, I think it'd be awesome.
I think as you get out there, we'll take a small crew. When I mean small, I mean me and whoever else wants to go. We'll take a camera. We'll rock a couple interviews. I think that'd be great. I think it's a great. If anything, I think it's a really great way to get more exposure for comic books. I kind of feel that with the digital age. Caleb, we took him. I told Mark this. I took Caleb to the comic store. He didn't know what to do. He's like, "What? Am I allowed to touch it? Oh, yeah, touch it. Yeah, let's do it. Bust it out. It's all right."
Isn't that more your fault?
Well, plus, if you think about it, what's some of the biggest grossing movies? In the past 10 years, they've been comic book movies.
Yeah, you know what? Every guest here, every host here, except you, Dana, are comic book lovers. I mean, you have Jeremy, who has a collection. Chad, collects, and Shane likes Dick. Tracy,
hold up. I grew up. I didn't know anybody that liked comics. I never even seen a comic book store until I married you.
Well, outside your gated community, we all needed comics to get through our day, Dana.
Well, you mean the country? Like I have no neighbors. You have to drive 30 minutes to town, and
our comics were equivalent to your stick in a rock.
That's exactly what it was, though.
The equivalent
I
to
played
your
outside.
To your sheep. So, Dana, I know you're really excited about this. We're going to shift gears. Marc Silvestri, wrap that up. Awesome interview. Now that's only a part of it. When I originally reached out to Top Cow, actually first I tweeted Mark. Go ahead, Shane, say something.
I didn't say anything. No.
No need.
I tweeted Mark and said, "Dude, we gotta get you on a show, man. You're just badass. You're awesome. Blah blah blah." And he said, "I'll do anything for $5." I said, "Dude, whatever. We'll do it for free." Right? And we got Top Cow. He said, "Contact me through Top Cow." So I went through Top Cow, and I told the guys, "Look, maybe 5-10 minutes. We understand that he's a real busy guy, and we respect his time." Originally, when you think 5, they know, okay, it's maybe going to go 15 minutes at most. And I was real good with Julia of keeping it on point. With I kept it under 10 minutes.
You didn't know how to talk to her,
dude. I was like,
and she's on your list.
I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was a little something.
Is that the closest you'll ever let him get to his list, Dana?
Pretty much.
But with Mark, what was originally scheduled to be a 10-15 minute interview went on for 40 minutes. And I told him, I kept apologizing to him. I was like, "Look, I'm real sorry." He's like, "No, hell no." So, and then he'd go back into the story. He kept going.
He's like, "Shut up."
He's like, "I know, I'm doing it.
You got my time.
So listen, that is only part one. His interview is so epic and so it's all gold. There's no dead spots in it. We're gonna play the other half of that next week. So we did that. Shut up.
I'm sorry.
Shut up. Shut it. So we're gonna have Mark back. We're gonna play the other half of his interview next week. Dana, I know you're excited to tell this story. I know because you woke me up to tell me that Will Smith did this.
Ah, that story.
Yeah. What's up with that? And I told you, "Man, why are you waking me up?"
didn't wake you up, did I?
If we were having sex, then probably. Wow.
Don't you think that's the other way around?
No, no.
Oh, if I was reading something while you were.
Oh, it's all coming out.
Whatever. Here we go. That's what I was trying to do. Get it all to come out. You're Chad. All right. So go ahead. So all right. So what did Will Smith do?
Well, he was in Moscow at the Moscow premiere of his Men in Black 3 movie that's coming out. And this Ukrainian reporter came up to him and apparently tried to kiss him on the lips on the red carpet. He pushed him away.
I would.
And then he backhands him across the face.
He flexed the pimp hand.
He did. There's actually a video to it. But after he slapped him, he kind of chuckled and he looked at people like he was pissed, and he was like, "He's lucky I didn't sucker punch him." So, you would have done the same.
I think he was a fan of his 6 Degrees of Separation movie.
Well, apparently this guy, this reporter, this is what he does. He often kisses celebrities. It's his shtick.
That's his shtick?
Yeah.
What does he want to do with that after he kisses him? After I kiss them, I like to do stuff with my shtick.
Apparently Will didn't know this, so yeah. But I guess, I don't, that's what he does. That's his thing.
Caught him off guard, though.
I was thinking
off guard.
He looked more like he wasn't going for the lips to me. It looked like he was doing
the ear.
No, the double cheek, kiss they do.
No,
yeah, that's what it looked like to me, too. But it looked like he was, for a split second, kind of like necking him for a second. That's what I thought had happened. He's like, "Oh, yeah, you smell good. Oh, yeah, give me some of that,"
I like what it is that I tasted.
So would you have done the same thing?
No, I'm not going to kiss a guy. We'll see when Chad gets
Would
up
you
here.
have done the same thing as
But I probably would have punched him.
You would have punched.
Well, come on. Would I? Yeah, I would have. Any guy who, first off, to get press credentials to get onto the red carpet, come on. There's going to be some line of expectation, especially after the Tom Cruise incident with the water gun microphone. No, well, screw that, man. You just can't. If Will's look, it's like Will said in that, what is that movie? Hitch. You got to go 90% and let the person come the other 10. Okay, the guy should have went the 90 and let Will come the 10.
Well, so he practically let Kevin James kiss him for money, but some guy gives him a European greeting, and he gets all crazy and homophobic.
The difference is lots and lots of money.
Yeah, right.
Well,
but I don't think the guy, like I said, he does this with all the celebrities. It's not like he was. I don't think he was trying to do anything inappropriate.
Because after it happened, he looked really shocked.
He did. The reporter.
He's Ukrainian. He's from the Ukraine.
That's what they do.
Yeah, it's like you see all these movies where people they'll give the 2 kisses and the gangster movies.
It's their greeting.
Yeah,
but it's not Will Smith's greeting apparently.
Apparently not.
No,
he comes off as a little bit arrogant, like the arrogant American though in doing this. Really, in my opinion, but.
Well, you lived overseas, those. So when you lived overseas, is that how they say hello?
Oh, yeah.
You lived overseas?
Doesn't matter if you're male or female. That's kind of the standard, greeting.
The quick peck.
Yeah.
I think he overreacted a little bit. I think it's one thing to just say, push him off maybe a little bit, and then he went back and backhanded him. It was
no, he didn't go back.
Well, not
it was kind of a reach back. I could walk away, but I'm going to turn back around and swat. Yeah.
It was like a second thought.
Was it really?
Yeah, it wasn't like a instant reaction.
No, I didn't see the video. So is it damn, he wound up and really?
No, it's not a very hard slap at all. It's more just like a cuff.
Oh, okay. So
He's
kind of a
cuffed the gay
reminder.
reporter.
He reminded him what's up.
But I didn't think it was necessary. Like, I thought that was a little bit too much.
Well, you're talking about the same country that they would take their gloves off and smack each other in the face with the gloves.
That's the Bugs Bunny cartoons, buddy. I don't think anybody.
Wait, they don't do that overseas?
I don't believe that.
And then they would always take the gauntlet.
Moving overseas.
Because I would totally take the glove and be like, no, you didn't.
Yeah, and then you'd put an anvil in it while he's not looking, and
I'd hit him with an armor gauntlet. Wow. No, I mean, I didn't know that. I mean, when you first told me this, Dana, my first impression was, yeah, I mean, you can't invade anybody's space, especially an American. A black American. I threw that out there. I'm just making shit up now.
Well,
A Jewish black American. You can't do that. From Philly, of all places, Philly. You just can't do that. That's so wrong. And he's white.
I would have thought he would have had, like you said, it's not like he hasn't traveled.
I did say that to you, yeah. So, okay, so you just totally deflated everything I just said because I did tell you, well, should have known better. Because he's been on the red carpet. He's been all over the place, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, the point is though, is that maybe these reporters, just because it's their thing or not, doesn't mean they should have the right to do that stuff. Because I can't necessarily say I'd like some frou-frou Russian reporter kissing me in any fashion. You know.
I'm glad you said that now before you came down in June.
Oh yeah, you did. I will give you the Will Smith walk away cuff. If you.
Well, I can't believe that Will Smith has never had a white Russian before.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I see what you did there.
Those are good, though.
Oh,
like
you know
a
what?
good white Russian.
You know that now that he said that, can I say my brother's story?
Sure.
All right, guys, check this out. So real quick, I don't mean to derail us. I know we're gonna go into Avengers here in just a second. But my youngest brother, the last brother, right? Jason. He's getting married next week. He's getting married next weekend. And last weekend, I was like, look, let's get my father, we'll get the brothers, we'll take him out to dinner, we'll go to the bar, get some couple, we'll hang out like, the men. It's a men's night out. Well, we take him out, go sushi, then we go, which I don't get bar hopping. It's such a waste of time and money. But we go at bar hopping, and so we end up at this one bar, which is ironically a sushi place. We started sushi, we ended up at the sushi. And my brother, the lady goes down the line. She goes, okay, so to my dad, okay, what would you like? I'll take a Long Island iced tea. All right. And then he goes to my brother, Dane. He goes, I'll take Red Oak off tap. Comes to me, I was like, yeah, I'll take you have 1554 on tap. I'll grab that. And then she gets to Jason, the groom, and she goes, what would you like? And he goes, do you have buttery nipples? So I was like, all right. So I got my beer already at this point. I guess she just kind of decided to segregate them. And after I got my beer, she came back to him, and I almost spit the beer out of my mouth. What he had meant to imply, or rather ask, was, do you know how to make the mixed drink buttery nipples? But yeah, that was a little awkward.
And she thought so as well.
She looked at me. I was like, I don't even know who this dude is. And then,
do men drink buttery nipples?
That's the next part of the story.
No, sir.
That's the next part of it.
He likes those fruity drinks, doesn't he?
Only if it's not the drink.
No, he likes the drink.
He is one guy, like he will down a drink in seconds. I don't care what it is.
That's true.
And he's like one after another.
So yeah, and this is what I started making fun of him, trying to push him in the direction of manly drinks. He's like, yeah, I like to get a mudslide. I was like, pussy.
Doesn't Jeremy like those too?
Do you, Jeremy?
I like to slide. That's what you mean. I only mudslide when I've had a bad taco.
So he likes the. Let me put it out there. The men of beertainment.
Oh, come on.
This is to the men of beertainment. Would you guys go to a bar and order a mudslide? Chad.
No.
Jeremy.
No.
Don't lie.
No. I haven't done that in like a couple weeks.
Only for my wife.
So you like mudslides, don't you? Don't lie.
You can like them.
I don't have.
You just wouldn't order them.
I couldn't tell you what a mudslide tastes like.
I wouldn't order one in a strip joint.
What about a buttery nipple? Well, that's kind of dangerous.
Well, yeah.
So
a buttery nipple and a mudslide.
So
buttery
no
nipples,
frou
though. They're good.
What is the most frou?
Did you say frou frou? Frou frou? Frou frou? I don't know. Let's call your brother up, right?
The most frou drink what?
The most drink that you would order.
Oh, that I would order? Light beer.
Light beer.
Corona. Because it goes this wedge of fruit. Fruit, Dan, you don't count, Dana. What about you, Chad? What's the most
probably a margarita or something like that.
Yeah, I say margarita.
I say margarita.
I wouldn't even know what to order because I'm like, well, I'll have a beer.
Well, what are those Mai Tais? Those big freaking fishbowl, drinks that have the blue water, that have the urinal cake floating in it. I mean,
I like that.
With like a little turtle on an island. It's got an umbrella.
Sex on the beach.
There you go. What's on Sex on the Beach?
Sex on the Beach. I don't know. They're good, though.
No, that's on Long Island with cranberry juice, isn't it?
I don't think so. I don't know.
Something like that. So, margarita. So,
you've ordered
now, let me ask you guys this. Shane, do you have a construction work buddy that you hang out with?
Not really.
No. I mean, so you don't have any, like, construction worker buddies that when...
Well, yeah, I mean, I have friends that work in construction, but as far as my work, I don't. I very rarely hang out with coworkers.
He lays pipe with his wife. Does that count?
Not quite. No, we're looking because I want to know if you got did you go to the bars afterwards with your coworkers?
No.
No.
Why? Why are you asking?
He wants to know if anybody orders them.
Because I just have this feeling that I have this vision that hands down, I'm gonna have to say that Shane has got the biggest man card here. He's in construction. He uses power tools. He's missing a part of a digit.
Yeah, a part of a digit.
So he pushed him to shove the
and part of my finger's missing.
So I mean that's a manly injury. I mean, I get paper cut. I get upset because I had ink on my hands from changing the ink cartridge at the printer.
I have carpal tunnel.
Shut up.
From doing what?
Tunneling.
Tunneling with my carpal.
Right.
Hey, check out my carpal.
Now, I'm going to tell you, Shane, the only guy that I know that has the biggest man card than you is the guy who jumped from a helicopter with no parachute. He did it at like 3,000 feet.
Oh, that was cool.
And
I watched that.
That man's got some. He's got some. When his balls hit, when he walks, they clap thunder.
Yeah, well, there's 7 billion people on this planet. There's about, I'd say, 6 billion and a whole shit ton of million have a bigger man card than me. There's women in India that have to, drink their urine from a brook. They've got a bigger man card than me.
What? What?
Okay.
Well, yeah. These women, there's a lot of women out there that are tougher than I am. That's for damn sure.
To drink their own urine.
Yeah, like these people in India where they have to walk like 7 miles to get a peach to feed 20 kids, and then they're.
It's a peach. May I have some more?
Wow.
Because that's the accent they have.
No, it's weird. That sounds like the accent our dog has.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, wrong India. The other India.
Well, it was ruled by the English.
They were laughing about the dog. They're going on about. All right. Sorry. But okay, so Jane, of us, you had the biggest man card.
Yeah, where were we going with this?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so I was in my mind, I'm visioning you guys are going out. You're welding, sparks are flying everywhere. Big burly men, right? And then you're just like,
why are you in?
Hold on. Wait a minute, hold on. But then you go to the bar and you're like, I'll take a Mai Tai. Do you have a buttery nipple? No, that's not it.
No. I mean, when most everybody that I work with, if they're gonna drink beer or like whiskey or something. I've never I don't hang out with my coworkers very often just because we all have different lives, we all have different friends, and I work with them. If I like them, I would have been friends with them for a long time, but I only hang out with them because I have to work with them. But I've never heard anybody ever mention anything about I ordered a Tom Collins or a Sex on the Beach or any crap like that. It's always, or maybe they're lying. I don't know. Maybe they're not telling me the truth. Maybe they do order apple teenies.
So no mayonnaise or petties?
What? What are those? What?
I know
mayonnaise?
No, see, I just learned that too the other day.
Mayonnaise.
Manny Petty.
So it's not Manny and Petty. It's Manny Petty.
Oh, I thought you said mayonnaise in something. I thought it was another kind of drink, like a new the latest thing. They put mayonnaise in a
milk and half
shot of vermouth. Or
mayonnaise and vinegar.
No go.
It's a drink and it'll clean your snatch.
Oh God. Wow, no go. So right. Dana has discovered that our dog, our German Shepherd, that she doesn't get along with, she has a voice.
It's been driving me nuts last week because it sounds a little undertone-ish of my husband.
Whatever. So, what was that, Saturday?
And he's English. She's English, apparently.
She's English. She's a German Shepherd that's English.
He tried the German accent. It didn't work.
Germans sound angry.
Yeah, they do.
They always sound like they're pissed at something. Well, I mean, you lost the first and second war. No wonder. But so Dana will fuss at the dog, and it's so perfect because it's like Nala, in her. So I mean, she's an innocent puppy. She has no idea what's going on. She'll play right into it. So Dana's yelling at her, and Nala's sitting down, looking all inquisitive. Her tail's going back and forth. And then here's this voice from around the corner. Mommy, why don't you love me, Mommy?
So wrong.
Mommy, I love you so much, Mommy. Please come play with me, Mommy. But here's what got worse. The kids are doing it now. She has yet to get away from it.
It's driving me nuts all week.
Mommy, Daddy says he wants to have some special time with you, Mommy.
That's just creepy.
Mommy, it's strange, Mommy. Dana was better the other day. Oh my God, Mommy, you do love me, Mommy.
Do they start singing Imagination?
Oh man. Shane, do you have a rant? Do you have any kind of rant? I know this is putting you on the spot.
It is putting me on the spot, and especially because the answer is no. No, I got nothing.
No rants. That's cool if you don't have no rants.
I got no rants in my pants.
I know Chad wants to run. He wants to talk about Avengers beating down Battleship, and I know Shane hasn't seen this. Chad, have you seen both or either?
You don't know if I've seen it or not.
Okay, really?
You do.
Really? All right, so good, Chad. What do you?
No, I didn't even waste my money on Battleship because the early reports in were just that it was terrible, and I don't know. It I can't say it was disappointing because I mean it's not like something you'd be looking forward to anyway. I mean it's it's a movie about what Battleship.
Well, I'm waiting for
tic-tac-toe for crying out loud.
Well, I was gonna say I'm waiting for Remake 4, but
see that sucks. And you want to know why? Because I have seen it, and I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was a good popcorn flick. I saw it. I saw it.
Battleship.
Yeah, it was a good popcorn. You went and had great. I'll say great. No, that's wrong. Hold on, let me back up. It had. I was gonna say it had great acting. It didn't have great acting, but it was funny. It had all the eye candy. It had the loud booms. It had the good action scenes. It had the funny, like I said, the funny moments. Rihanna did an okay job. Liam Neeson was in it.
Was it like just a wannabe Bay movie though? I mean, at its very core,
there were a couple of spots, but you know what? That's a winner for Hasbro though.
Well, yeah.
Hasbro, I mean, that's a winner for Hasbro.
Well, the question is whether it's going to recoup the money that was spent on the budget, which is like in the 200 million neighborhood. So.
I hope so. And a lot of people are blaming it on Tyler Hirsch. What's his name? He was in John Carter.
Taylor Kitsch,
something like that. But that's not his. That has nothing to do with him. To be honest with you, it has absolutely nothing to do with him. His job is to come in and make you believe that his character is angry. His character is sad. That's his job, and he has to convince you that. And he did a great job. He did his job, and I thought he did well.
So how much?
I'll go see. I would go see Battleship again before I go see Avengers again.
Really?
Yeah, I would.
Oh Lord.
No, here we go.
Let's not start on that again.
No, we won't start on it. We won't start on it.
Well, we should hear more about Jeremy not thinking that Batman looks interesting.
What?
Dana's like, what?
Oh.
Are you back, Jeremy?
Yeah, I've been here. I'm not excited, man. I'm not a fan of the Bane character. I'm just not into it.
You're the first person I've heard say that. What about you, Shane? I know you've seen the previews for it. Are you gonna check out The Dark Knight in the theaters?
I haven't really seen that.
It's just another angry person that wants to blow up Gotham City. It's just like, seriously.
I like the Batman character though, so I guess I'd probably like it. I mean, like I said, I also don't watch movies like you guys do. I just watch the shiny stuff on the screen and giggle.
You will love Battleship. In fact, I'm thinking about taking Dad since there's an epic reason why I put him on the air. They don't travel anywhere just kills. We've been married 10 years, honey. That's the first time they've traveled. Second time.
Your dad didn't come the first time, I don't think.
Yeah, he did. But anyway, in fact, I may go take Caleb to go see it with Dad Saturday. It's a fun movie. Go see it. If you guys are listening and you haven't seen it, or if you have seen it, we want to know what you guys thought. Give us a call, 405-283-2459. That's 405-BT Daily. You can also text that. And we're curious. What's up? Did you guys see Battleship? Does it really deserve the hype, or I'm sorry, the lack of hype? That's negative hype, essentially. But go ahead, Dana.
I've only heard negative about it other than you.
Well, I've been wrong. Apparently, I'm wrong about Avengers.
Yeah.
Everyone and their
Apparently,
mom.
you don't know what you're talking about.
You know what? You're right. I give up. Let's just hang Beer Tainment up. Screw it. Screw it. I'm trying to be like, you know what? I guess I'm like Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm wrong.
Oh, see, I disagree with you on that.
And I'm like Glenn Beck. I'm wrong. And Sean
Okay.
Hayes.
Oh, now I got your back, brother. Glenn Beck's an idiot.
Isn't that who your dad like? Glenn Beck?
Yeah, Glenn Beck is he's all right.
Well, I guarantee if Glenn Beck heard me say that, he'd be crying right now. I just don't know how to save America with people hating me.
and I fear.
Yeah.
It's coming on. You need to open your eyes, America.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, everything is fear in America, and I can't get behind fear mongers. I just can't do that. That's not gonna work. Not gonna work. Not gonna work. So I mean, seriously, Battleship. You guys are just gonna whatever, just leave it like that.
I want to see it. I'm interested. I thought it looked cool from the previews, and I'm a Liam Neeson fan, so.
Well, that's what I was wondering. How much is he even in the movie? Really?
He's not.
That's what I was thinking. He probably dies in the first 5 minutes of the attack.
Hey, did he die in the first 5 minutes of the attack?
That's just my guess.
No, I'm not. I can't say anything about that.
Don't ruin it for me.
It's like Steve Seagal in the Executive Decision, probably. Oh, there's Steve Seagal. He's done.
Oh, they changed it. Those bitches.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah, that was
so.
terrible.
Well, no. What we're doing is so. Speaking of Battleship and Peter Berg apparently had. This is a great segue into this. He called out the guy. He's I guess he's given in Israel. It's an Israeli entertainment show. It's like Entertainment Weekly, like ET, right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, I had said that to you because you're like, I don't know what you're doing. You okay?
I'm fine.
You having a stroke? Should we? All right.
Do you want to talk about it?
Pill and some wine.
Oh yeah.
Oh damn.
Word. You know, does this coincide with my parents being in town?
I won't plead the fifth.
Oh, okay. So anyway, Peter Berg, who they spelled his name wrong. They spelled it Piter. So it's Peter or Berg. But anyway, whatever. He was doing an interview with an Israeli Entertainment Weekly like program. And of course, anytime that you have a big blockbuster movie, well, I'll say blockbuster, but anytime you have a big, high budget, high profile movie such as Battleship, of course, it's going to lead to something to go to the Iran war.
And
so he goes on to
this.
this.
The Secretary of Defense, the Defense Minister.
Yes.
You have two men that are now dictating the policy towards Iran. It's a real mess because you've got to decide whether it's better to allow Iran to be armed and whether a nuclear Iran is less of a threat than an attacked Iran.
All right, so at this point, just give you guys a heads up. On the YouTube, the reporter's like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? We're here about Battleship, and he's going on some political. You heard him. He's going. Where's he going with this? Right? It gets better.
You know, if you attack Iran now, they're going to fight you back, right? There's going to be blood. Israelis will die, right?
Yes.
No question. Would you rather take that now or let them get a nuclear bomb? It's the most serious issue facing our planet today.
Well,
more so than the movie Battleship, which I'm very excited to have directed. I love it.
It's like, wait a minute. So he catches himself. Hold up. Oh, yeah, this is a Battleship. Yeah, this is about Battleship. My bad.
Anna, she's a great actress and did a wonderful job in the film. And my dad was a Navy historian. And have you been in the Israeli Army?
No.
What? How'd you get out of that? Are you a draft dodger? How old are you?
25.
You got to join the Army, motherfucker.
Well, yeah, you do. It's a long
What's your
story.
name?
I'm Jason.
Jason what?
Holt.
Jason Holt. Don't you have Holt doesn't sound Jewish.
Well, my dad's Jewish.
Okay, my dad is too. You don't have to join the Israeli Army?
You do.
Well, when are you going to join?
We're not having this conversation. It's
what the hell? Busted. Peter Berg just called this guy. How does that conversation go? I wanted to. I mean, this is a great clip. I wanted to see the first 5 minutes of this clip to figure out how do you get Peter Berg to get. How do you get his ass tweaked sideways like that to get him off on something like that?
Maybe he just wanted to turn the tables. Usually the reporters are drilling them.
That doesn't sound right. He didn't turn the table and he wanted to never drill the reporter. Because it was like, man, all these people, they just like to, what's it saying? They always take it, but never give it.
God.
I'm going to turn it. I'm going to flip this shit. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I've officially kicked myself out.
Yes, please stop.
Sorry.
I have to admit that was a pretty good impression of an elitist.
Yeah, you like that?
That was good.
Yeah, I bet you like it.
Gross.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna totally flip this shit on you later.
Oh, you promise. If you promise, then all right. I think Shane's like, fuck this, I'm out. Shane's quiet. Shane, you still with us, or did you?
Oh yeah, I'm with you. I'm just letting you guys.
He's staying out
Bat
of
it
that
out.
one.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it'll be over quickly.
I'm trying to self-diagnose myself. Like I hang around with 3 drunks and a woman who puts duct tape on her hoo-ha. What's wrong with me?
Jeremy doesn't know about that. You want to fill and somebody fill Jeremy in.
I will fill you in, Jeremy. Trust me.
I do.
Okay.
Wow.
This kind of my
Jeremy's
shtick.
having a great comeback.
Should I assume a position of sorts? Or?
Jeremy's like, I'm gonna make Jeremy tap out. Wow. Somebody other than me fill Jeremy in on what happened last week.
There was a trivia competition. MJ was reading questions and Dana had to pick an answer as multiple choice, and I was to be her help. Supposed to be. And every answer she got wrong, she had to put duct tape on her body, and she was wrong enough where it wound up on the mommy parts.
Wow.
No, that's not the wow part. Keep going.
She had to rip it off.
Wow. So was she unclothed during this taping session?
Oh, I see where you're going. He's like, really?
I just want to know how much I missed. I really need to be filled in.
He's like, Pixar, it didn't happen.
He's like, wait a minute. Where can I download that video?
But video is off.
Yeah, I can't. I mean,
so she thinks.
Oh, you better.
Yeah, I'm not dumb.
It's on YouTube.
Yeah, well, that's how we got our first million hits.
MJ put the tape on the little blinking light, among other things.
I do what you got to do, man. Dana took one for the team. So yeah, Dana she had to put one on lady parts. I don't even know how we got there, but
MacGyver would be proud of it.
Yeah, but since we kind of alluded to gay, why don't we go with this not Batman. Is Batman gay?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I tease this a little earlier in the show, and that is DC is announcing, or rather, it has announced already that there's going to be a major character that is going to come out of the closet. As of right now, we already know who it is, but I want to ask, I'm going to put this out to the panel and put this out to the chat room. And those that are listening live, what or who do you think it's going to be? Who's it going to be? I said it, but who?
Lex Luthor.
Chad, you don't know, do you? Do you know?
No, I don't know. But if I had to guess, I mean, you'd say Lex Luthor. He kind of looks, and he's like got the hots for Superman.
And that's why he's so angry all the time.
Right.
What about you, Shane?
I know it can't be Batman. It absolutely can't be, because he's like one of their biggest, characters, and they would lose too many if he came out.
Plus, in the last movie, when the Joker's holding her over, like threatening to drop her, what's he gonna say? Don't drop my beard.
It's probably gonna be some like lame one, like I don't like Flash or the Green Lantern or something.
Flash. What is my answer?
Oh no, no. The guy next to you is like, me too. Dana, who do you think is going to be the you want really? You're going to you're texting during the show of whatever. Who are you texting? Your boyfriend? He's all I gotta do is lose 2 more trivia questions and it'll be clean. No, so who do you think is going to be the DC character that's going to come out as being gay? You don't know any DC characters, do you? She's shaking her head. Okay, so this should be a trivia question. All right, Jeremy, who do you think?
I'd say Catwoman.
Dude, that would sell more books. I think that.
Hell yeah.
That would,
See, we were all assuming it was a guy.
Like,
she likes pussy.
Yeah.
Pussy likes pussy.
What's up, pussycat? Whoa.
Well, think about the majority of the comic book characters. It would make sense to have a gay female character.
Oh, you know who it could be though? It could be Darkseid. Get it?
Oh, wow. 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 Well, I think this goes again to how they twist the media and how the media twist the information, because the character that they actually made gay, I wouldn't even consider a major character. It's North Star. Is that right?
Star.
Yeah, everyone's like, who? What?
I thought that was a Marvel character. What the hell is that?
Look that up.
So North Star goes South Star.
You sure it's not North Wind?
North Wind, something like that. The only books that I carry or read are Batman, so I don't know. Now everybody who's listening right now, this silence that you hear coming from Jeremy, Chad, and even Shane, those are people that are typing to find out what's up.
I was actually taking an ink blot test.
I've got this big old DC encyclopedia, but there's only so many things in it.
So we'll come back to that.
Yeah,
we'll come back to that. Yeah, we have to break this segment up. We're already over on it. So hold on, those that are on the website, we have to drop and go ahead and break this segment up just a little bit.
Somebody said the Hulk.
The Hulk, damn, that would suck. That would suck to whoever the Hulk's man was. Holy shit!
This is stupid because North Star is a character in Marvel.
Well, it may be me
who's gay, and that's old news. So
then maybe I guess I read it wrong. I was like North Star. I didn't recognize North Star. I don't even think North Star is a major character in Marvel either.
No.
That's probably why I got the two confused. So those that are listening to this whole segment, I screwed it up.
Womp, womp, womp.
Oh, you shut up. I mean, I don't know. I think this next story that I'm gonna tease this, but there's an actor that's been added to the Robocop lineup. Yes, they're rebooting Robocop, and my brothers can tell you that anything that I really seriously 100% hate is reboots. It's like saying, I give up. Throw in the gauntlet. I have nothing else I could possibly creatively provide you, the consuming public. I can't do anything. So, I'm just going to go ahead and remake something because that's how good I am. I'm going to tell you, it's Robocop, and who's joining coming next on Beer Channel.
Guys, it's Nora Sky, my adult entertainer. Come out and play.
Hey, did you know that they're doing another Krispy Kreme? There's another Krispy Kreme. You guys know anything about that?
Yes.
Krispy Kreme. Oh, yeah. I'm trying 100% to get you and Krispy Kreme in a wrap off battle. Will you do it if I could get the guy?
If you give me some warning.
So you can? So you would get her and you would rap battle?
If you give me some warning, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna get the guy on, and you're gonna rap him. Well, I don't know about rapping him, but
wow.
See, I don't mind going up against people I know I could kick the crap out of.
He has to get his parents' permission, though.
Oh yeah, he does. That's fucked up. That's true. He has to get his parents' permission because we're an adult show. That is true. So, Chad added this story about RoboCop, and you know what? I think the reason why I flagged it is because this is. I know you know who's going to get hard nipples here. It's gonna be, yeah, exactly. That's gonna be Jeremy.
Yeah, I already know.
Jeremy's
you don't
gonna
need to tell me because I already know.
All right, why don't you lay it out for us, brother?
About my favorite actor, and that is
Miley Cyrus.
Liam Nielsen.
Sean Connery. No, I wish, man. That would be
Miley Cyrus.
Robocop.
Selena Gomez.
Sweet.
Selena Gomez.
Which is the only good thing about Batman, anyway. Sick burn. I can't even bring it up.
He can't even get it up.
Gary Oldman will be in RoboCop.
He didn't laugh at that. He's like, shut up. Yeah, I can. Yeah, so Gary Oldman is going to join the cast of Jose.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's another question. This Jose guy, he hasn't made any kind of American movie. This is
so he's rebooting the RoboCop movie.
Yeah, but do you think this is the man that we need to put in charge of rebooting something as RoboCop?
It's risky.
You need some of the like fresh eyes. Like District 9 was kind of a surprise hit for a lot of people. Yeah. So it's, you know, stuff like this, you got to kind of mix it up, and you end up putting somebody that's well known, and you're going to end up with, like, you know, like if you had Michael Bay, it would be just a Michael Bay movie, and you would know exactly what to expect from it. Bad humor and explosions, you know, and that would be your movie. So this guy, you know, come out of nowhere, and you don't really know what to expect, so it'll be a fresh experience. That's just my take.
I'm interested to see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I think you know, anything that Gary Oldman is in personally is because he's just a great actor.
I think they should put Gary Coleman in RoboCop.
Gary Oldman will play. Dead. He will play the doctor or scientist that will actually build RoboCop in the movie. So that's his part. That is he is to play in the film.
Word. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And from what they're saying, the story is centered more around them making the RoboCop itself more so than like the whole conflict in the original movie, I guess. Which I'm guessing they might have a little bit of that at some point, but it's more of how they made this guy and what struggles he has in stripping all the humanity out of him. So
all right.
I imagine they're going to do a lot of they could probably do a lot of flashbacks. Kind of they hinted at that in the first movie, but this probably could be, they could expand on that a little bit more. And my big question is whether it's going to be a big lumbering dude or it's going to be more in tune with just something newer and faster and more deadly, or, you know, not somebody driving around in the Ford Taurus.
I'm sure he will have some likeness to the old RoboCop, but I'm sure that, you know, with the reboot there will be a reboot to the RoboCop himself.
Yeah,
that wouldn't surprise me.
He's a transformer. He's a part transformer.
They should have a part where he actually reboots.
Oh, jeez.
Where you
Control delete. Yeah. Control delete.
where he's logged into Facebook and
every time he kills somebody, he tweets.
Oh yeah, we're really showing our man cards.
All right, so I picked this story specifically to get Shane going. But a noisy kid. Well, actually, I'm not gonna say kid. All right, so let's say that you take Chicky out to in the movies, right? And there's somebody there's a group of unruly people behind you, right? And they're talking shit. They're just being, dude. They're being rude. You're on a date with your wife, and they're being rude. 100%. They're going as far as throwing popcorn on you. I would. What this person did, I'd probably do too. He turned up, said in a very firm voice, "You better stop." And then they continued, and then he turned around and lost his cool, and he ended up punching the person, which I would probably do. Would you do that? Are you with me? Or
Absolutely.
Would you probably?
Yeah, they wouldn't throw popcorn at me twice. That's for sure.
Well, then let's say that you hit the person, and you bust their nose, and you knock a tooth out. Then I'd say, "Oh, I did my job right." Right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, sure.
Well, it's a kid.
How old is he?
Right. Does the story say? I don't even know.
10-year-old.
No,
10 years old.
No way.
Yes.
I wouldn't punch
10 year old.
It's a 10
in the face. I mean, I'll kick a baby, but not a 10-year-old in the face.
Babies can't identify you.
That's the new. That's
I was gonna say that has to replace.
That's gonna have to replace the 2-year-old getting off on the intro. That's so there you go. So he punched a 10-year-old, and so the Washington man fed up with a noisy kid and his companions at a movie theater hit the 10-year-old knocking out a tooth and bloodying his nose. The man is now charged with second-degree assault, claims he thought the person he hit was an adult, and that the group was throwing popcorn at him and his girlfriend while they watched Titanic. I think the first issue. Go ahead, Dana. You got something. You just got something on the tip of your tongue you want to run out.
How do you mistake a 10-year-old for a grown adult?
That's don't.
That's like our Caleb.
How do you mistake a young, what's his name, Leonardo DiCaprio for a man?
That's true too. That's true too. But you're right, Dana. Yeah, our son is 9.
You know that he's going to go into a some sort of catatonic seizure anytime someone throws popcorn at him.
Good. It sucks that it happened, but that 10-year-old kid probably won't act like an ass in the movie anymore.
Again.
And where was his parents? Like, I wouldn't let mine.
I wouldn't let my 10. That's what I was
They
thinking.
got punched in the face at the last movie for not shutting up, I bet.
That's the thing. 10 years old.
I hope for the kid's sake, at least he got to see Kate Winslet naked first.
That's probably why they went.
Yeah.
That's probably why they went.
That was the highlight of my time I watched it.
That is 100% probably why they went. But now, see, 10 years old. I'm getting all tripped up now. Chad, I know your son's age. Jeremy, I know your daughter's age.
Mm-hmm.
That's not far from 10. I mean, they're real close.
No.
Would you drop your kids off?
No.
In a movie theater?
Heck no. Yeah. Not even a 10.
No way, man. No way. It wouldn't happen. How about you, Chad? You already done it, haven't you?
What's that?
You've already done it, haven't you?
No way, man.
So that's the thing. Who drops their 10-year-old, even with their friends? Screw that. Our son, I love my son to death, but he's not anywhere mature enough to do that.
Nope.
I mean, sometimes I'll preview a movie to make sure it's okay to watch before I, even take my kid to it. Much less let him go, to somebody else. So it says here that the guy that hit him his name was Young Hyun Kim. He was like 21.
That's a big hit, man.
I bet you he looked like the biggest douche in front of his girlfriend. Oh, that's over. Game over.
And they were having a discussion about having kids that night too.
Oh God. This story I picked out specifically for Shane. But all right, so this is in Kentucky. A group of 6 is behind bars after police
had to say it was Kentucky.
They all deserve it. I don't give a shit what happened to them.
Guilty.
Hold on.
Shane said guilty.
A group of 6 is behind bars after police say they bound their 41-year-old roommate's feet with tape, stapled his lips shut,
Oh my god.
and spent the night torturing him with a small power tool in their Kentucky home near blah blah city.
Well, he took all our tinfoil hats, and we had to get him back because he hid them in his colon.
Were they reading him?
What?
Oh,
Wow.
maybe they just lost a trivia game.
Man. Police believe the suspects were suspicious about their new roommate, who told authorities he'd moved into the house a week and a half earlier and had agreed to remodel the basement in exchange for rent. All right. So one of the suspects claims over the last several weeks, different people have pulled a gun on him in the street. I guess some police guy, he reported, he said to the news station, they being the 6 people in the house, believe that the victim was responsible for it, so they in turn detained him and beat his ass down, stapled his lips shut in order to get some kind of I guess they're trying to get some kind of confession out of him.
How are you gonna get a confession out with his lips stapled together?
Hey, I'm not from Kentucky. I don't know.
they didn't know either.
Go ahead and stamp your foot twice.
Talk, damn you, talk.
Bubba, he ain't talking.
What gets great is that the group decided about 4 a.m. Sunday that the roommate may not be they decided after the buzz weared off.
The buzz wear it off.
Right? The buzz weared off.
All right, Cletus, we believe you.
Wait a minute. The guy was, I don't want to say a color because that's just messed up. I don't want to do that, but yeah, Dana's shaking her head. She's like, yeah, that's wrong. I stopped myself.
Thank God.
I stopped myself. I'm not saying any kind of color, but the roommates discovered around 5 a.m. that, you know what? Wait a minute. Maybe this guy isn't who we think he is. And they let him go. So they didn't even think the follow up, where the guy immediately fled the house and went to his sister's house and was taken to the hospital. And he, of course, called the police and whatnot. So,
well, he didn't. He had his lip stapled shut.
Yeah, so his sister stepped up and I don't think that's right. I think that's just wrong. That's not how you get people to admit. So, there's another part down here I wanted to read. Where'd it go? Ah, screw it.
The man's confession.
So there you go. And that wasn't in Kentucky. I lied to you, Shane. I'm sorry.
Where was it?
It was in Maine.
I doubt that. We don't have that kind of trailer park.
He's like, I call bullshit. No, it wasn't. It wasn't in Maine.
Because he wouldn't be talking for a week if we used our staplers.
The staplers you have to hook up to
air
generators, right? Yeah. No, this was in Utah.
Oh, in Utah. What's out there? Mormons?
Yeah, pretty much.
Mormons and salt, right?
The salt?
They have like a salt lake out there.
Yeah, they do. Where you can't. Yeah, Salt Lake City.
And you laughed at me.
Wow. That's all I got for tonight, man. That's all I got. That's all I got. I mean, what else? I mean, we got a shitload of stuff in here, but we don't have enough time to go roll.
Where did your mom go?
No, I'm not telling you. You're not sending her flowers.
She disappeared after the segment with
yeah,
They were worn out from the drive.
Oh,
was that too?
Yeah, you were a little close on that.
They got the G.I. Joe being delayed until next year.
You know, I want to make a comment about Bruce Willis. I think that in this day and age, in this economy, I think he gets it because he went on. Remember that whole spiel when he said he was going to do action movies anymore? Do you see the lineup of movies he's got coming out?
Yeah.
Like, holy crap. He's like,
Expendables.
he's like, I get it. I mean, he's got Expendables. He's got G.I. Joe. He's got another Die Hard movie coming out. He's got a movie called Looper, which I don't know, have you guys seen?
That looks awesome. Yeah, it looks awesome.
Look cool. I mean, he's got a whole like mess. He's got Kane Lynch coming out. He's got a whole mess of like action films. It's like he gets it. He's like, hey, it's where the money's at. I think he's given up on the Oscar.
I mean, he's John McClane for crying out loud. What's he gonna do? Whatever, do comedies again or something?
You know what? Now you said that, I don't think I can see him in a romantic comedy. Can you see Bruce Willis in a romantic comedy now?
That's how he got his start.
Yeah, but, we're talking moonlighting, but there's. I mean, I don't know if
beyond that, it's not. There wasn't like his. I guess his groove. You know, he found his groove when he got into the action stuff. But I think we were talking about who the next action stars were going to be and all that stuff, but I think we never got on that topic.
Yeah, but, you talking about that email I sent out that nobody replied to?
Well, I was thinking about it. I was like mulling it over in my head, but and I was going to say somebody like Liam Neeson, but he's like 60 now, so it's like
he's right there with the old.
He started late, if anything.
Speaking of Liam Neeson, and I remember I told you guys this months ago. Yeah. When we came back from vacation on, the beer team, we started back up in like February or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I told you I saw The Gray.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's a badass movie, dude. And Dana, good. And I told you, I mean, after the series of movies that had come out up at that point, I was like, I'm not impressed with any of this. And then when The Gray came out and I saw The Gray, I was like, honey, we have to own this. This is one of those movies we have got to own one of them.
Yeah, the day it came out, he wanted me to go buy it.
But we ended up watching it on Time Warner. But what did you think?
I thought it was really good. It was it kept you interested.
For those that are listening, The Gray came out in the beginning part of the year. Liam Neeson, it's really a story about Liam Neeson. A plane goes down with people in Alaska, and they're having to survive. They find themselves in a situation where they have to survive from a pack of wolves. Great movie.
It doesn't sound like much. Like
it doesn't.
I wasn't interested in seeing it until you watched it.
But I tell you what, that movie was better than any movie I've seen thus far this year. Still this year, that movie has been the best. I'm talking about Avengers. I'm talking about Battleship. I'm talking about any movie that I've gone on and seen in the theaters. That one is still until The Dark Knight comes out, of course.
And that's automatically in the top spot.
I did tell you that. I would
say I think I still enjoyed the Avengers a bit more than The Gray, but that
I would say that's probably. I haven't seen the Avengers, but I'm assuming that's quite a bit different.
More going on.
It's a different movie, but I think
it's a totally different. I wouldn't put them in the same
anything
lineup.
No, it's not the same lineup.
It's just I mean, I would say The Gray is more of like an actor's movie where you're watching performances of these actors against practically nothing. It's like you're all you see is practically just white, or the wreckage, or the woods, or the darkness, or
wolves.
The wolves, of course. But it's more of you're watching these guys interact with each other and just. I would say it's almost an art movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Film. And I know that a ton of people that were probably expecting something like the people that don't like Drive will not like this movie. So
yeah, I agree with that. People that don't like Drive were expecting a Fast and a Furious kind of thing.
They don't see subtlety in character interaction and stuff like that, like less is more type stuff. You're not going to like it. Sorry, go home. So, and people, especially the later or the last minute of the movie, they'll be like, oh man, that reaction. But
how's that go?
Oh man,
I just all right.
Exactly.
You have to watch through the credits too, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They put a little snippet at the end, a little Easter egg at the end of the credits.
Oh, nice.
But so that's I'm weighing in on The Gray. It's now available on DVD and on Blu-ray. And I think we need to start doing this weekly. We need to put out.
We need to put out.
Nah, not like it. Sorry, but I think we definitely do need to put out a recommendation for DVD buys.
Sounds good.
So
I'm gonna buy it right now.
Go rent it. Go, at least if anything, go rent it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, it's not a bad play. Oh, you guys listen to Beer David? Marc Silvestri is going to be back next week. We're going to play the other half of his interview. Come by, check it out. And I think we're trying to get the YouTube sensation that is Krispy Kreme. The kid, is he really 14? Is he not 14? Is he doing it on purpose? We got to get this guy online. We got to get him. Can we get that? Can you push hard on that? We've got to get him online. We're going to get a wrap-up between him and Shane. You guys will listen to Beer David.